For all you guys looking to get on the sex scandal bandwagon, this is Project 3 AM. Welcome to the Weekly Rant.
Alright, so this week we want to talk about the recent Tiger Woods sex scandal, and then maybe move on to Bill Clinton.
You know, because this is something, every year it's a new guy is shocking. Guys want to get laid.
What?
Who would have thought?
Catastrophe!
Craziness. I mean, who'd have thought it, really?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that, guys, even in long-term relationships, strive for short-term mating strategies.
Yeah, it's
Who would have thought?
How it is.
I mean, really, are we shocked about this? I mean, because this happens every year since the modern media. I mean,
I personally am deeply shocked. Deeply
shocked. You know, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that people are actually still shocked about this. I think because all the people reporting on this are either dating or married. So I mean, it's like, guys.
It's almost like no one anywhere in the universe has ever had anyone cheat on them or cheated on anybody themselves.
Ever. Because we're all fine, upstanding citizens.
It's never happened.
Crazy.
But my favorite part of the scandal,
of the
course,
Tiger Woods scandal.
Like the greatest part of it was when he had he had that the press conference where it's like, I know I let a lot of people down, and I just want to apologize. I let the kids down.
He let down the children.
He let down the children, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, because he mentioned the children first. He's like, well, or that's how it sounded, because I don't know if they were something before this. He's like, you mentioned the kids, and I'm thinking to myself, why are children looking up to athletes?
Here's my big question. That's a good question,
Moral leadership from a golfer.
And this guy is paid to play golf. Now, I understand people who want to be athletes looking up to athletes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But not every child wants to be an athlete. Some of them want to be astronauts. It happens. My big question is, he's paid to play golf. He's a golfer. Now, I understand when a company wants someone to endorse their product, they don't want to philander endorsing their product. But that doesn't necessarily mean that because Tiger Woods may be a bad husband, he's a bad golfer. I mean, he's paid to play golf. How does having sex with lots and lots of women, good job by the way, how does that affect his ability to play golf?
And of course, the great thing is, he took here's a guy that's an athlete, nothing, so he was in a car crash, and that's the kind of thing that sparked the whole scandal. He didn't seem to have, and I guess he took a little bit of time off for that, but then he gets recovered, and he takes extra time off, and he got dropped from all these endorsements and everything, and people are like, oh, he should leave golf. And I'm thinking to myself, if everyone in America that cheated on their wife and got caught was fired,
oof.
it's like everybody on Wall Street would be going home. I mean, forget it. So it's like, who are these people out there that are, it's like, oh no, he should be dropped and everything and fire him? And I'm like, really?
All right, now keep in mind that we aren't necessarily talking about sex addiction, because that's a whole beast in and of itself.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Tiger Woods the man. We're talking about Tiger Woods the public image, and because it's public image, he's the image of the public, man. He's in your head. Moving on, but it's kind of ridiculous how it blew up to Tiger Woods. He's in sex therapy. Who cares? I don't care. But let's move on to one of our great icons. He inspired me as a youth. He inspires me to this day. The only president in recent history to create a capital surplus. Mr. President Bill Clinton. Yes. Monica Lewinsky scandal. I mean, he's probably one of the greatest leaders of all time. And, and to this day, in interviews, gets made fun of for sleeping with Monica Lewinsky.
Let me tell you about, and it's like, I know that this is, going on YouTube, and this is maybe not going to be seen by a gajillion people.
Yet.
But Bill Clinton, if you're watching, it's like, I'm telling you, man, if you would have slept with Angelina Jolie, it would have been all right.
I mean, hey, the world was giving you a collective high five at that point.
I mean, that would have been, it's like, honestly, it's like, when you look at the whole scandal, it's like, I really think, for example, when people talk about Kennedy and the whole Marilyn Monroe thing, it's like, I've never heard, I mean, this is, granted, this came out after he was president and all that kind of stuff, and obviously, way after he died and things like that, but you never hear anybody complain about him, sleeping with it. I mean, this wasn't even the only person. There was multiple of these affairs that he had, and why nobody says anything about it? Because it's Marilyn Monroe.
She's hot.
That's it. And then you got like even FDR. That there are historians that said that him and his wife were both cheating on each other. And again, it's like that. And nobody said anything.
My big thing is the act itself. He's the president of the free world. He's got a stressful job, and every now and then he likes to have a blowjob. And you know what? I mean, the way he led the country, more power to him. My big question is that does it matter? I mean, it might make him. Some might say it might make him a bad husband, but does it really affect his ability to lead a country?
I mean, then you have people that say, well, maybe, it's bad because, he lied to the country. And, like at the time, I felt like that was a really good argument. But, looking back on it, it's like, if that was the really important thing, it's, name a president that,
hasn't lied to the country.
Like, show me the guy that has not ever lied. It's like, well, he lied under oath. And it's like,
all presidents are constantly under oath. That's during the inaugural address, to protect our nation and lead it towards, I don't know the full inaugural address, but more or less, from then on, you're not supposed to lie to the American people. And find me a president that has always told the truth. I mean, from the entrance of the television onwards, even the radio onwards, I doubt the president has been held up to 100% credibility since then. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, people are basically just. Of all the things, from anybody, Democrat, Republican, if you don't like Clinton, I'm sure you can find something. There's a guy. I don't know what university he's at. I think he's at Columbia or Yale. There is a guy who has filed a lawsuit against every president since Nixon. He wasn't just upset about it. He said that the president has done something that's illegal, and I can sue him. Now, obviously, none of this stuff has really gone to court, but anybody can file a lawsuit. I mean, think about that. I mean, there's Nixon or Ford. I mean, we're talking about 8 presidents or something filed a lawsuit against them. So that means he filed a lawsuit against Clinton too, and obviously it's not part of the Lewinsky scandal because you can't, you can't sue anybody over that because that's Congress. So here's a guy that sued Clinton over something that wasn't, sex scandal related, and this is the thing that people of all the things to be upset about. I mean, really. And then my favorite thing is of course. If you're, for abortion or, for gay marriage and someone comes up to you and says, no, you can't have these things, people are like, hey, this is my private life. And it's like, well, why doesn't this apply to Tiger Woods? Why doesn't this apply to the president?
I think we're derailing a little bit. I think we need to stop very quick because abortion and personal liberties, that's a whole different rant for a whole different week.
Yeah.
So before we run out of time, is there anything else we want to cover before the end?
That's it.
That's it. We've run out of steam here at Project 3 AM. This is a weekly rant. Signing off.
Oh, yeah.